All right. Well, it is 2 o'clock p.m., so I think we should go ahead and get started. We had a few more people just join, so I'm just going to repeat. Please feel free to ask any questions throughout the presentation or webinar utilizing the chat feature or the Q&A. I will wait until the end to answer any questions. So PIP New England has some really dynamic marketing tools, but I'm really excited to be able to present today about their mail-centric technology product, PIPMail 3.0. It's a mail-centric product that incorporates specific digital integrations to enhance the overall effectiveness of the campaign. My name is Morgan, and I am the product specialist. We work in tandem with all of the technology experts to build and create this technology platform and to continue to make improvements so that we can provide it to you guys and to PIPMail's customers. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, we all know how effective direct mail marketing is, right? It's a very viable marketing medium and vehicle. But some challenges that we've had with direct mail are that it's really difficult to quantify the results or determine your return on investment. You know, we see results, we generate leads, but how do we really quantify how effective our direct mail marketing is? So MIT did a study that rendered that 90% of interested people are going to visit a website before taking an action. You know, we're in the day and age of technology. They're not going to necessarily get your direct mail piece and run into a brick and mortar location. You know, they're going to go online. But Google Analytics reports that 96% of the people that go online are going to leave without taking an action. So they're not going to fill out a form. They're not going to purchase anything. They're just going to poke around and then they're going to leave. A lot of times they're also going to run their due diligence and they're probably going to go to some of your competitors' websites. You know, they want to see what other businesses out there are providing the same services, products, what their price points are. So we've generated the interest with the direct mail piece, but how are we going to re-engage these individuals that had an interest, they took an action, they went to the website, and they left? So with PIPMail 3.0, we're going to provide a marketing solution to continue to re-engage your customers that an interest was generated from the direct mail. We're going to enhance the results of your direct mail marketing campaign by integrating digital platforms like Google, Facebook, and Instagram to re-engage those customers. This in turn is going to increase your response and conversion rates that you would get on your direct mail marketing, and it's going to skyrocket your ROI. So what we do is we integrate 7 different digital technologies and we bundle them into one convenient package so that we can get you the best bang for your buck and maximize your return on investment. So let's deep dive into these strategies individually. The first one I'd like to talk about today is called Social Match. So people are more inclined to take an action when they receive your mail piece if they are familiar with your brand or your marketing message. So Social Match is a pre-mailing warm-up. We're going to pre-match your mailing list to social media accounts. We integrate with Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to start serving up ads in their social media news feeds prior to them even receiving the mail piece. So this is going to start brooding that familiarity with your marketing message, your company, your business, and your brand, which is going to make them more inclined to take an action when they receive the mail piece. It's a 14-day campaign, and we'll start serving up the ads prior to them receiving the mail piece, and then we will continue to display ads in their news feeds for several days after the mail piece has been delivered. So we utilize an omni-channel marketing approach where we would like all of your ads and marketing messages to be very cyclical. Repetition is a really crucial aspect to marketing success. So we like to repeat that brand through all of these different digital marketing mediums that we're utilizing to improve that top of mind brand awareness. So on the left here, we'll see this is what your direct mail piece looks like. And then in the mail feeds, we have a very cyclical image that corresponds to the direct mail piece, and we want the offer, everything to be very congruent with the direct mail marketing piece so that it's familiar, which would make them more inclined to take an action because they recognize it. We also equip you with a dashboard. So when you log into your dashboard, you're going to be able to see some stats and metrics that tie into this particular aspect of your digital campaign, and you're going to be able to see how many people from the mailing list have seen the ads, how many times the ads were displayed, and then how many times the ads were clicked. Social media follows the individual, so we can also dive in a little further and pin down some certain specific demographic information of the individuals that the ads have been displayed to. And you can also export that information via CSV file for your internal follow-up or internal stats and metrics. So we also integrate with a feature called mail tracking. Until mail tracking came along, mail is very unpredictable. It was difficult to really properly track or have projections on when the mail might hit or actually have confirmation of when the mail did hit the mailboxes. So with mail tracking, we're going to close that gap for you, and we're going to give you predictability to know when mail is projected to reach mailboxes and give you delivery confirmation down to a very granular per piece level. So we can give you peace of mind here with the mail tracking that what you paid for is actually being delivered in terms of the mail that you sent out, in addition to your mailing list. We're going to equip each mail piece with an intelligent mail barcode, and that's going to help us to track this mail and provide you with these projections and confirmations of when your mail is going to hit and when it has actually been delivered or reached mailboxes. And on your dashboard, you can dial down to a very granular per piece level, or you can see some very high level reports on your projections and delivery confirmations. On the granular level, you can search by address, first and last name, and you can even see a street level view of where your mail has been delivered. So this can help give you the peace of mind with your mailing list. So say you purchase a mailing list, within a certain specific demographic, perhaps home values in excess of $1 million. So when you're dialing in here, you definitely don't want to see that your mail was delivered to an apartment complex. You want it to coincide with the mailing list that you purchased, and this can give you that peace of mind. Some of the stats and analytics and information that we're providing you with on the mail tracking feature are also very useful to help you properly time other marketing vehicles you might be utilizing. So say you're running some parallel digital marketing campaigns, the information that you receive on mail projections and delivery confirmations can be utilized to help you pull the trigger on some of those other digital marketing mediums. For instance, if you know that mail is going to be delivered, today, February 12th. You might want to pull the trigger on an email drip campaign or an email marketing campaign that you're running parallel and, send a 20% off coupon the next day, for Valentine's Day special to really funnel these leads into converting, get them one more touch and really get them in the door. The next integration I'd like to talk about is informed delivery. So this is a newer service that's being offered from the post office. Users will get an email every single day or notification via a mobile app that will have a grayscale scanned image of all of the mail that will be in their mailbox later that day. Your mail piece or your direct mail piece actually will get pushed to the top of the list. It will be the first mail piece that they will see. And we can also attach, and we will, a full color ride along clickable image right underneath that mail piece that when clicked upon will go back to your website. Informed delivery has been around for about a year. It has tremendous stats. Right now there's about 14.7 million people signed up for informed delivery, and the post office has engaged in a massive marketing campaign where users are increasing as a result by about 1 million people per month. When I speak of these tremendous stats, when we think about a atypical digital marketing campaign, typical response rates are about a 20 to 25% open rate on email on a house list, and somewhere around 0.1% click-through rate. With informed delivery, you've got about a 92% overall open rate, an 86% daily open rate, and a 7 to 8% click-through rate on the ads. So, I mean, these stats are tremendous. People are signing up for it. They want the emails. It's coming from a trusted service, United States Postal Service, and people are opening these emails. We're in the day of age where we're obsessed with tracking. We think about purchasing, products and packages on Amazon Prime, but we're still logging in to see when our packages are going to be there. We are obsessed with tracking. So this really aligns with consumer behavior. And as a result, we can see that it's working and people are opening these emails. So it's a really great way for you to capitalize upon the service that the post office is offering and really, show your customers that you're staying ahead of the curve and you're integrating with some of the most cutting edge technologies that we have out there that are really going to boost the effectiveness of your direct mail marketing campaigns. This shows what the grayscale image will look like when they get that notification. They'll see the grayscale image and then the full color ride along image. And on your dashboard, you can see number of emails that were sent. So the number of people that are signed up for the informed delivery, number of times that the email is opened, and number of times emails have been clicked. We can also see the street level view of where the emails are actually being opened or where people are checking their mail digitally, right? So we're seeing some attribution on how they're checking their mail digitally. We can't get an address due to privacy restrictions, but the post office will give us latitude and longitude, which does allow us to dial in a little bit further on where these emails are actually being opened or which households are receiving these emails. So I'd like to talk a little bit now about call tracking. So call tracking is going to really help you quantify the results of your direct mail marketing campaign. We're going to issue you a local or a toll-free number that's going to be printed on each mail piece. And then that number will ring into your business line and the calls will be recorded and available for download. So you'll be able to track the number of calls you received as a direct result of this campaign. And we're also going to provide you with some very useful information on your dashboard, date and time stamp, the phone number that was called, the phone number that was called in from, name, address information, demographic information, and type of line. Very, very cool feature here too, especially for certain businesses that might utilize a sales team where you might have a mailing list and you have a mailing address, but not a phone number. This is going to capture some of that phone number information for you. Also, additionally, we'll capture a mobile number if the individual is calling in from a cell phone, which allows you the opportunity to export this list via CSV, follow up with them, call them if they didn't convert, funnel them into converting, even send them some text message follow-ups. Additionally, this is going to help you really negate the aspect of human error. So when we think about being able to really quantify or track where our calls are coming from, I'm sure our receptionists and our inbound salespeople are doing a really great job at asking every person that calls in how they heard about us or where the call's coming from. But realistically, it's almost impossible to track every call that comes in, and statistically, only about 1 in 15 calls are really tracked. We think about a receptionist that has 3 phone lines ringing and emails coming in and 2 people standing in front of her, and it's just virtually impossible to really track or gauge where every single call came from. So this is negating that human error. You can rest assured that every call that came in here came as a result of that direct mail campaign, so you can quantify and attribute the results back to that marketing campaign. And we're also guaranteeing you the leads, but we can't necessarily guarantee that the leads will be converted. So with being able to record and listen to the calls, you can run some QC. If you can gauge that you have, maybe 100 calls that came in, but you can only gauge, maybe 2 or 3 metrics of business, it gives you the opportunity to go in and listen to some of those calls, see how these leads are being handled, and see what tweaks may need to be made so that you can improve your conversion rates. This is just giving you a larger scale version of the information that you will see on your dashboard, how many calls came in, and like I said, you can export all of that to a CSV file as well. Next, let's talk about online follow-up. Repetition is the key to effective marketing. In fact, 80% of sales are actually made between the 8th and the 12th contact. So when we think about this, direct mail or the direct mail piece might be the third contact, right? So how are we going to be re-engaging the customer so that we can get up into the 8th to 12th contact window where conversion actually takes place? And I spoke a little bit earlier in the presentation about interested customers going to the website and then leaving without converting, without taking an action. So with online follow-up, we're going to provide you a way to re-engage the customer repeatedly over and over again. We don't always necessarily know, when that conversion aspect is going to come into play. We think about, maybe different businesses or services that there may not be an everyday use or need for, and something might occur in their daily life that, oh, all of a sudden it's prompted the necessity, of a certain business or service that wasn't there the day prior. May not have been there when they got the informed delivery email, or it may not have been there when they got the direct mail piece, but we're going to continue to re-engage and be in front of the customer to create that serendipitous moment where when they do have use for the business or service, that your brand and your marketing message and your business is going to be right in front of the customer's face so that we can ensure that you're getting the business and not your competitors. So when the website visitor goes to the website, they're going to pick up a cookie. And then when they browse the web after leaving the website, we're going to display ads, the marketing message and branded image throughout the entire Google display network. So they're going to see your ads hundreds, maybe thousands of times, depending upon how often that they're actually surfing the web. But the ads will be displayed throughout the entire Google display network. And we're all about showing you that this is working. So when you log into your dashboard, you're going to be able to see the number of people on the follow-up list. So who went to the website and picked up that cookie, and then you'll be able to see the number of times that your ads have been displayed or the number of impressions that you've been getting. So website visitors that are retargeted with display ads are 70% more likely to convert. And that's because we're re-engaging them. We're reminding them, hey, here's this business, where it may not, we're creating that top of mind awareness. So where they have another opportunity to do business with you. In fact, it increases conversion somewhere around 26%. And one study showed that retargeted ads led to 726% lift in site visitation after 4 weeks. A lot of times you'll hear people say, I've tried retargeting, it doesn't really work. We've been measuring our clicks. We're not getting a very high click rate. But retargeting does work. They are seeing your ads. They're seeing them hundreds, sometimes maybe thousands of times. In fact, people see over 2,900 marketing messages a day. So when we see the stat of the 726% lift in site visitation by gauging, website traffic of businesses that have utilized retargeting, we do know that it's working. So for instance, just because someone sees an ad and they don't click on it doesn't mean that they don't pick up their phone and say, hey, Siri, take me to abccompany.com, or go up to their web browser and type in abccompany.com. So we can see by the increase in site visitation that the retargeting is working. So measuring by clicks isn't always an accurate gauge of whether the retargeting or the follow-up campaigns are working, but they definitely do work. So Google and Facebook are direct competitors, and we like to leverage both platforms. So we're also going to engage on a social media follow-up campaign. Social media, Facebook and Instagram are the social media platforms that we integrate with. Massive platforms, billions of users spending, anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day on these social media websites. Huge platform, a lot of exposure time here that can really be capitalized upon, and a really great way for you to be re-engaging your customers. The fastest growing new profile demographic on Facebook is the 65 and up age group. So this squashes that thinking that only very younger demographic individuals or the younger, millennial tech savvy individuals are on social media. There is an older age demographic that's up and coming on social media. And this stat is imperative because it's actually the demographic that is the most responsive to take an action with a direct mail marketing piece when it's received. So just like with the online follow-up, when the website visitor takes an action and goes to your website after receiving the mail piece, they're going to receive a cookie. And then we're going to start re-engaging them in their social media news feeds by displaying ads. Very interactive platform. People are liking, they're sharing, they're commenting. People are very inclined to click through on social media marketing campaigns and follow-up campaigns. And again, very cyclical image here. We want it to match and correspond with your direct mail marketing piece. Keep text, offer, everything very congruent to stay true to that omni-channel marketing approach. And on your dashboard, you're going to be able to see the number of people on that follow-up list who are being re-engaged, and the number of times that the ads have been displayed, and number of times that the ads have been clicked. And you can dial down into that demographic information because we are following the individual. And you can export that and you can use it to tailor some of your follow-up ad images that might speak to certain demographics that you might see are more prominent who have been responsive to this ad. The last integration that I'd like to talk about is our lead match. It's the one that I'm the most excited about. It's brand new. We're seeing some really dynamic results with it. This is the game changer. So with lead match, we are able to give you true attribution to your direct mail marketing campaign. We're going to be able to give you a list of everyone who came to your website from the mailing list, tell you exactly who from your mailing list went to your website. So we're going to be able to show you that true attribution that your mailing is working. We're also going to be able to provide you or build you a mailing list of other unique visitors who came to your website that weren't on your mailing list and provide you with a postal address so that you can mail to them. So we're going to be able to provide you with leads. So we're going to give you two bucketed categories that can provide you with the measurement and attribution, and then also we're going to provide you in another bucket leads. So the way that lead match works is the individual or customer is going to receive the mail piece from the mailbox, go to the website and leave. We're going to track via a cookie. We're going to search via IP address, device ID, cookies within the device, and then we're going to run it through an over 300-point proprietary matching system, and then boom, be able to provide you with a match and show you attribution to your mailing. So we're also going to be able to show you the total number of unique visitors that went to the website and then their mailing address. So these are people that you want to be mailing to. They're people that were interested in your business, your products, your service. They were on your website. And also in a few months, I would say hopefully within the next 90 days, we're going to up the ante a little bit further, and we're going to be able to tell you what actions these people took on the website. So then you're going to know, if you're running a couple of different marketing campaigns, you're going to know exactly what products, services they were interested in, and then you're going to be able to send out some very detailed and very targeted marketing campaigns to funnel these individuals into converting. The match information, the people were interested, they took an action. It's a great opportunity to utilize that list to send another mailing, re-engage these people in the next 48 hours, send them a 20% off coupon or something else to coax them to get them in the door or to convert. So we're providing you with some very useful and viable cutting edge technology information that is really going to help you increase your return on investment and increase your business exponentially. So PIPMail 3.0 is a very dynamic, mail-centric marketing solution. Marketing is a long game, okay? You have to continue to re-engage your customers. You're definitely going to generate interest when you're engaging in a marketing campaign, but you have to consistently and repeatedly re-engage your customers. So we're helping you get those impressions or those touches with your customers to create that serendipitous moment when you're going to be right in front of the customer when they're ready to buy, or even sometimes we're going to be creating the need or a want for something. They may throw out your postcard. They may not pick up the phone and call right at that moment, but 44% of the time they're going to go to your website. And thanks to our integrations, you're going to be able to continue to market and advertise to these people through these digital channels. So they're going to see you virtually everywhere. They're going to see you in their social media campaigns via social match. Then they're going to see you in their email with informed delivery. Then they're going to receive your mail piece. And if they go to your website, they're going to start seeing you all throughout their social media platforms and throughout the Google Display network. So people are more inclined to look at something if it's familiar to them, and they're going to be more likely to take an action. So we're going to arm you with this marketing solution that's hitting your clients and customers from every direction. We're giving you maximum exposure, and it aligns with the consistency and effectiveness that marketing has to offer when it's really done appropriately. PitMail 3.0 is actually so effective that it has been shown to enhance results of direct mail marketing campaigns by an average of 23 to 46%. Um, so that is PitMail.